Hey everyone, so today a quick unboxing and look through of the Malaysia Samsung Note 10 Lite. So the box itself, I purchased the black Aura black version, so you can see the picture of the S Pen which is in black in color, and the box is very minimalist, no details at all. Even the back doesn't have specs. There's a small sticker. I think this is open for warranty. So let me make sure I can unbox this. There we go. So the box itself, nothing much. I'm going to put this aside. SIM ejector tool, and this is probably the provided silicone case. Very minimalist. These are just quick start guides. Okay, let's put this aside for now. So this is the phone. Right, so there is a small layer of protective plastic on the back cover, and this is not glass, it's a material called Glastic. I think Samsung basically mix some glass and some plastic polymers to make it more hardened, and can't say for sure if there is. Yes, there is actually a screen protector pre-installed. Triple camera, feels pretty good in the hand, and the S Pen, black color, black on black. So the color for me looks good. There are two other versions, which is the Aura version and also the red color. So I'm gonna go set it up in a bit. Let's put this aside. So what else is in the box? Samsung card, the Malaysia version of the 3-pin plug, and this is actually a USB-C. You can see it says super fast charging. I believe this is 25 watt, and this is probably a C to C cable, USB-C to USB-C. I think that's the future, because this actually provides a better connectivity for power delivery and so on. Let's put this aside. And then there is this small little thing. I believe this is for the extra tips for the S Pen. Yeah, so this is a tweezer plus the extra tip for the S Pen. Nothing else is inside. And then it comes with the original Samsung headphones. Right, no AKG branding here, not unlike the flagship phones, and that's about it. So I'm going to go set up the phone. Just before I set up that phone, let me just quickly do this. Let's move this aside. So this is the Note 10 Lite, and this is my previous phone. So on my left is my previous phone, on my right is the new phone. So I'm comparing the S10 Lite on my, this is the S10 Lite on my right hand side, comparing it to my old phone, which is the Note 9. So in terms of height, it's a little bit taller, it's got a bigger screen. In terms of width, just about the same. So I think I can get used to this quite easily. And of course, the Note 9 has a curved edge and I really dislike it. So the Note 10 Lite would be much better for me. So I'm going to go and set this up and come back. I've been using my Samsung Note 10 Lite for over 3 weeks now, and I moved over from a Samsung Note 9. So I'm going to just give you a quick honest opinion about what I think about this phone. Now, this phone I purchased for about $400 to $450 US with 1 year warranty from Samsung Malaysia. The build is quite alright. However, compared to my Note 9, this obviously has a plastic back and it doesn't feel as premium by far from the Note 9. The Note 9 feels extremely premium. Now, however, because of the plastic back, it's I won't need to be like too careful when I put it on the table because it's plastic and it won't crack. Now, of course, the phone also comes with a basically a phone cover. Now, in terms of the speed, this phone uses the same processor as the Note 9. So as far as the processor goes, there is not much difference. It does come with 8 gigabytes of RAM compared to the 6 gigabytes in the Note 9. I don't feel any difference. I don't run too many heavy apps. Other thing would be this phone, the Note 10 Lite, unfortunately uses USB 2.0 and UFS 2.1 compared to the Note 9, which runs on USB 3 and UFS 3. As far as I can feel, I don't notice any lag in accessing files and the storage. The one thing that I also miss a lot is the waterproofing. Whenever I come back and I want to clean my phone, I have to be extra careful when using like a soap wipe to clean oils from the screen. Whilst on my Note 9, I needn't to be too careful because it's IP68 certified. So that is one thing I miss on this phone. Now, the screen itself, it's Full HD, so this is very similar to the Note 9's quality. Colors are vivid and I don't have any complaints about it. Right? One thing that I appreciate on this phone is the headphone jack. I really cannot do without the headphone jack, and unfortunately a lot of the newer flagship phones don't come with it anymore. So I definitely, one of the reasons why I bought this phone was with the headphone jack. The other thing that I like a lot about this phone is the camera. I would say that the HDR capabilities on this phone is a lot better than Note 9. The Note 9 takes very good photos, but this camera, maybe because of new software processing, lets me take very good HDR photos. I plenty much enjoy the wide angle camera, the super wide angle camera I mean, which the Note 9 lacks, and the night mode on this camera is also really good, and I can take night mode shots with all 3 lenses. So even though this is supposed to be a mid-range phone because it's a light phone, I do feel like at least this set of cameras are a lot more versatile than what I had on the Note 9. Of course, the Note 9's camera, which I previously used, is actually a flagship camera, so those take really good high quality shots in daylight. But I do prefer this set of cameras on the Note 10 Lite. The S Pen is very similar to the Note 9, and it's been useful for me to do handwriting and so on. Now, one thing that maybe people may not realize is that the Note 10 Lite does not come with Samsung DeX or desktop extension. So if you are a road warrior type person and you need like a desktop mode, Samsung Note 9 has DeX. This does not, which is a shame. The hardware is more than capable to run it. It's the same processor with more RAM, but I believe Samsung just wants to differentiate the flagship versus like a mid-range, upper mid-range phone. I certainly miss DeX a lot, and if I knew about it, that could be one consideration that I may have considered, because DeX is really important. Now, in terms of my biggest complaint about this phone is the fingerprint scanner. It's one of the worst features of this phone. It's slow, and like 50% of the time it's not very accurate and it does not detect, and you got to place your finger exactly on the spot where the fingerprint reader is. And if you registered, well, at least in Malaysia, because our weather is very humid, if we register our fingerprint outside in a humid area, when you get to a dry room, sometimes that fingerprint cannot be recognized. Unfortunately, this is also one of the complaints from many people I read online. If this phone doesn't have a in-screen optical fingerprint scanner, either they could have used the ultrasonic one, or just give a fingerprint scanner behind. That would solve like most of the issues. So as far as I'm concerned, to help with this login, I have turned on face detection, so without which there are so many times I'm like got really frustrated of logging into the phone. Now, other than that, this is a new phone, so Samsung will continue to support for at least another 2 Android versions. It comes with Android 10, so at least in minimum this phone should get upgrades to Android 12. However, on at least I think the Note 20 that was recently announced, Samsung has decided to support 3 Android versions, so I'm not sure if this phone will actually get it. Now, so in a quick summary, I like this phone a lot, minus the fingerprint scanner. The price is good, the S Pen is useful, and the cameras are very good for me. It's not like the best camera out there, but it's very useful. Samsung DeX is really missed. I hope, which I don't think will happen, if Samsung could add DeX back into the functionality of this phone. But at 400-ish US dollars compared to the 8 to 900 US dollars of the Note 9 when it got launched, I'd say like this phone is good value, and I hope that in a few weeks I get more used to the issues with the fingerprint scanner, or if Samsung releases a new firmware to address that issue, this could be one of the better phones to get. Alright, so if you got any questions about this phone, please feel free to ask me in the comments below.